Welcome back, everybody. This is my first grilling video, and this time I'm going to try my hand at grilling a Cowboy Ribeye, also known as a Tomahawk steak. As you can see, these steaks carry a lot of meat. Mine was about almost 2¼ inches thick. It's almost enough for 2 people in one steak. So we're going to get right to it. I'm going to start with a little dry rub that I put together, and I'll be sharing that recipe with you a little later in a different video. But I'm just going to take that dry rub and start coating my steak, making sure that I get enough on there to really bring out the flavor as I grill it. You may have a little excess dry rub on the surface around your steak, but don't worry about that. I'll show you how you can add that to the steak as well. So what I did was go ahead and flip the steak over. Wanted to make sure I got plenty of dry rub on the other side as well. Now here's where you want to use that excess dry rub that didn't make it onto the steak. Just take the edges of the steak and roll it right into the dry rub that's on the platter or on the paper towel that you're using. Just roll it right on. You'll get the seasonings on the side without having to actually use the dry rub to sprinkle on the side. So now we're ready to light the grill. I start by arranging my coals in a pile and then soaking them with charcoal lighter fluid and then letting them sit for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I'll go out and light the coals. Once the coals burn for about 10 to 15 minutes more and that initial flame has leveled off, I then disperse the coals evenly in the area where I'm going to cook. In this particular video, I'm only cooking on one end since I'm only cooking the one steak. After the coals have leveled off, I've replaced the grill. Allow the grill to get super hot and then place the steak on the hot grill accordingly. You'll hear that sizzle instantly. After about 10 minutes, I come to check on the steak to see how it's doing, and it's ready to be turned. So I get me a pair of tongs, turn it over, and start to sear the other side. So now we're ready to check the temperature of our cooking steak. I have a meat thermometer that I use. I poke it right into the steak, making sure I get to the center and not all the way through because you don't want it to touch the hot grill. And I want to see what the internal temperature is. You can find these steak wellness guides anywhere on the internet. I'm looking for a temperature between 130 and 140. Looks like 130 is right where I want to be. So as soon as you take the steak off the grill, you want to let your meat rest, and you do that by tinting it. And by tinting it, you just take a piece of tin foil, fold it in half, and wrap the plate tightly with it. And have a few vents on the side. Let it rest for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then you can take the foil off. And you can see that the juices have had a chance to redistribute through the meat, and it's ready to go. Now we want to carve the meat off of the bone. Be careful as you're cutting with a knife, and just take your time and just go straight down the bone itself. Your meat is cooked right, it should be very tender and very easy to do. Once that bone is out, you're ready to go. Let's see what we have. Nice and pink on the inside. Medium well done. I think we just grilled the perfect tomahawk steak. Well, that's it. If you liked the video, click the thumbs up and please remember to subscribe and leave a comment as well. And please remember to share with your friends.